Hello friends and adventurers, and welcome back to Sally Cat Plays Exile 2, Crystal Souls. We are back in the ruined river fort for a moment, so that I can show off something I missed in the last update. I'm in the habit these days of not even bothering to pick up small knives and clubs like this. But I forgot the two, clubs in this dungeon are bent hexagonal bars. Which, naturally, we can try using in this hexagonal hole. You try to insert the bent rod you found. It seems like it should fit, but the bend keeps it from going in right. You try to fix it, but only end up making it worse. Maybe if you found another one. So I'm pretty sure that we do still need to go to the other watery ruins to find the straight hexagonal bars. But a nifty little detail that we can find bars that have either been damaged by time or potentially sabotaged in this fort. Anyway, back to our regularly scheduled journey. Hello, what's this? This obelisk tilts at an extreme angle. Someone recently carved new markings on it, but you can't understand them. Oh joy, more waterfall. That really feels a little excessive. You emerge from the rapids into a huge, placid lake. The ubiquitous glowing fungus on the ceiling is sparser here. Most notable are the huge clots of pale algae floating everywhere. You can't always see them, but you can always smell them. Yeah, we've got whole islands made up of this algae. And this loop just takes us right back to Waterfall City. Ha! We've got something else over here. More ruins. This is a ruined villa. And there's a sign by the door. Someone with claws has thoroughly defaced this sign. We should perhaps have weapons at the ready. You are at the entryway to what looks like a dining hall. This high-ceilinged chamber is dominated by a long, highly polished table surrounded by chairs. This is odd because the dust and the worn walls indicate this building has been long abandoned. And yet the table is still highly polished. I wonder if the unfriendly group of Vanatai we've met has been using this building as a meeting place or headquarters of sorts. Same message, and there appears to be a body under the garbage here. Under the trash, you find the body of a Vanatai, who has been here for at least a few months. Your not too close investigation reveals no obvious cause of death. Alrighty then. I guess we're not going to be searching that one for loot. Oh, hello. Ice puddings. Time to apply some fireball to the problem. Is that all of you? It is not. And fortunately, I haven't had to go through an ice field to find that out. Nicely done, Morwen. And that is why I do not like stepping through ice walls. The building is in ruins, but this garden looks carefully and skillfully maintained. Immaculate rows of cream-colored mushrooms surround a small fountain and a statue of a vanatai. Also, there are bugs. And I almost can't see these two over here on the green background. One more. 1 damage. Come on, you can do better than that. Are these guys resistant to physical somehow? Naturally high armor, perhaps? Well, now he's dead. And there's a couple of walls in my way. Move mountains. Yet another reason why your priest character needs all of the spell points. Ooh, stuff. Nothing in the box, but we do get a few more razor discs. And I feel like there should be something in this corner here. There's usually not that much empty space, especially on these tiny maps. Ha! There it is, cleverly hidden. And there's a barrier. One that we can walk through, but still pretty painful. I should probably save before opening this door. I should probably have saved before going through the barriers. Door is locked because of course it is. But only takes 1 spell to unlock it this time, which is nice. You reach what must once have been the secret core of this villa, a small mage's laboratory with a carefully engraved pentagram. However, the pentagram is cracked and the walls are crumbling. This place is no longer safe for serious magic. And yet, I do see a serious enemy over here. 2 of them, in fact. These guys are wraiths. They are basically undead vanatai mages. They are kind of annoying to deal with. Unless you have spells for massive damage, of course. Ooh, you cast slow group on me. That's no good. Okay, time for some area of effect damage. Sorry, Submarine. Okay, that wasn't too awful. The cabinet only contains large piles of dust. Once, the flakes may have been ceremonial garments, but it's impossible to tell now. This is a delicate box of polished rose quartz. You can't quite make out what's inside. There's a tiny rune on the latch. Saving the game just now might have been a very good idea. You gingerly open the box, half expecting to be fried by a bolt of flame or something. Surprisingly, nothing bad happens. There's a wand inside. The box is also worth some money. And being sticky-fingered adventurers, of course, we take what money we can get. When you open this box, the powder inside flies out. You begin to gag. That is very, very, very annoying. Everyone in the party is now poisoned and slowed and diseased. And Morwen only has 3 spell points, so I can't do a lot to actually cure most of that. Let's reload. And let's take the wand and the valuable box just because we can. And nothing in there but wall. I will be pretty glad whenever we get Dispel Barrier again. Well, the first time in this game, anyway. Okay, we took some pretty hefty damage dealing with that area. Much better. Yeah, this smells like more progression than I want to do right now. We'll be back. First, we've got more exploring to do. And yeah, not going down any more waterfalls if I can help it today. What a large and largely empty area of water. Thought there might have been something up there. Here, 2 tunnels stretch off into the distance. There was once a road running along the tunnel floor, but little of it remains now. You find a few ancient foundations, some scattered stones, and a smattering of broken green tile. This is a thoroughly ruined ruin. Very remote one, too. Ooh, hello. The cave ahead of you is filled with the most amazing mushrooms. Pure, creamy white, most waist-high, many higher. Some even taller than you. Tasty mushrooms. You step inside, and suddenly the mushroom patch swarms with activity. Gremlins rush up to you, filled with glee at having visitors. They ask you, in high-pitched voices, to come frolic with them. You cannot help but look hesitant. The gremlins don't seem happy about that at all. Oh no, not gremlins! They laugh at you as you turn tail and flee. As soon as you step out of the cave, it grows eerily silent behind you. Oh, maybe I shouldn't have picked flee as my option there. Maybe I should have actually done something with them. Darn, I should have saved earlier. Well, I do have a solution for that. Remember, kids, save early, save often, and if you can, save multiple backup files. Here we go. So, 2 options, attack or frolic. I think frolic is going to be the fun one. Oh, attack just brings up a bunch of gremlins and poison fungi to deal with. Okay, so I managed to get through that without actually getting hit by any gremlins. In the back of the cave, you find several bottles of gremlin wine. It smells wonderful. Okay then. So what happens if we choose Frolic? The gremlins pull you into the grove and start dancing with you, spinning you around slowly at first, then faster and faster. As you dance, you feel lighter on your feet. You later find this was not because you were gaining energy, but because the eternally ravenous gremlins were stealing your food. Eventually, you stumble out of the glade. The cave grows silent behind you. You search your belongings, only to find much of your food is gone. However, to make up for it, the gremlins did leave you a bottle of some sweet-smelling fluid. Kizzle gets gremlin wine. Okay. So the frolic option is indeed the most fun, but fighting the gremlins and looting the grove later is actually the most profitable because it costs no food and gets you 2 or 3 bottles instead of just 1 bottle of gremlin wine. But I'm gonna try and make this path work, because I think this crew is more likely to frolic with gremlins than brutally murder them. Shout out to anyone else who's read the Enchanted Forest series of books. Okay, so this area is a dead end, or a loop of some sort. Let's lose even more food to a waterfall. Ha! But there is something back in here. Coffin caves. Sounds appropriate for October. You can't make out these markings. You can't make out these markings either. Somebody left a supply cache here a while ago. Then someone tore it apart and ate most of the food. Then the rest rotted. Mold grows on the shredded bags and packs. It's a mess. You can only hope a similar fate didn't meet the people who left the cache. Well, that's just a little bit foreboding. And what shall we find inside this imposing structure? Find out next time. Have a good one, everybody.